Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm here with another video. We're gonna work on this packet tracer 13. We're gonna configure a WPA2 enterprise WAN on the wireless LAN controller, this one right here. So just stick with me. Let's get started with this one. I'm gonna read out the objectives. Basically kind of tells you what you need to do. We're going to configure VLAN interface on a WLC. Then we're going to configure a new WAN and a WLC. Then we're going to do a new scope, stuff like that. And then we're going to configure with SNP settings and stuff like that. So stick with me. It is a fun video. You get to see the actual settings inside the WLC, that's a wireless LAN controller. Alright, so I'm gonna skip the reading part right here. Basically, I've already mentioned what we're gonna do, and these are the addressing table that we have for this packet tracer, right? And on my left, as you can see here, we have a one server, an admin PC, one router, a switch, and then AP, and then WLC, and then there's one wireless host that we're gonna later on we're gonna connect that to the wireless. Okay, so I'm gonna jump to the instruction part right here where it says create a new VLAN interface, right? And each WAN requires a virtual interface on the WLC, wireless LAN controller. This interface are known as dynamic interfaces. The virtual interface is assigned a VLAN ID, and traffic that uses the interface will be tagged as VLAN traffic. This is why connections between the APs, which is the access points, and the WLC and then router are over trunk ports. For the traffic for multiple WANs to be transported through the network, traffic from the WAN VLANs must be trunked. So it must be trunked in order to get that, transport the traffic through the network. Okay, so we're gonna open the browser for the desktop of admin PC. Connect to the IP address of the WLC over HTTPS. Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and open our PC right here. Browser, go over to browser, and okay, let me just kind of bring it right there. Actually, let's bring it right there. All right, so and then we're gonna do HTTPS /192.168. What's the IP address for the management? 200 and then 254. Okay, there you go. So let's log in, and then that's gonna be admin and then Cisco. Oops, looks like kinda, let me make it bigger for you guys so you can see it better on the screen right here. Okay, I think that's big enough. Let's log in again. So you can type admin Cisco 123. There you go. All right. Okay, come on Cisco, let's go. All right, kind of a little bit slow for me today. I don't know why. Let me make it bigger here. All right, so as you can see right here, we are inside the WLC, the wireless LAN controller. All right, and this is what it looks like. I mean, you see that this is the physical, this is what looks like in real life, that controller, wireless control. So right now we are only using one port, which is this one right here, port 1, which is green, right? So we can have multiple virtual interfaces running separately and just utilizing one port. So let's go ahead, and it says check the controller and then click interface from the. But before we do that, I want to just kind of briefly talk about, so under monitor, under summary, all the information is right here, and then it also kind of says 150 APs, access points, are supported, and it gives you the controller information, right? Like what IP address is that, what version, and then the image version, so on, right? And the system name, and how long it's been up, 16 minutes, 74 seconds, and all that redundancy, all that stuff, and especially the temperature right here. Where's the temperature, which is very important. There you go. There's internal temperature is plus 37, and then the uses, all that, really nice, good information on that WLC. And fan status. What's the fan status, right? If it's overheating, if it's going too fast, all that stuff, and the uses, memory uses. And if you scroll down to the access point summary, gives you all the access points that are up. So there's one that's up, and under client summary there's nothing because we haven't configured anything, and then under all that stuff. So this is your kind of like the main page, main display, to kind of quickly see all the information available on this controller, right? So that's that. And moving on to click the click the controller menu. So we're gonna click the controller menu. Controller what? Controller. Okay, controller right there. Okay. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and then click interfaces. I'm gonna click interfaces, and then from the menu on the left, you'll see the default virtual interface and the management interface too, which you are connected. Yep. So we have the management and the virtual, and we're connected on the management interface. Okay, all right. Let me go a little bit bigger on here. Okay, so maybe we'll do this for this guy. All right. So where we at now? Click new button in the upper left corner of the page, and you'll need to scroll the page to the right to see it. All right, we're already right here, so this is where you can click new. Okay. All right, now this opens up, and it says enter the name of the new interface. We'll call it WLAN 5. All right, so WLAN hyphen 5. Okay, and then VLAN ID, we're gonna name that as 5 as well. Okay, so this is the VLAN that will carry traffic from the WAN, and then we create later. Click apply, and this leads to a configuration screen for the VLAN interface. Okay, so we're gonna click apply. Awesome. All right, now where we at? Now F, it says first, maybe we'll keep this bigger for you guys so you can see kind of. This is make this guy a little bit smaller. Okay. I want you to see this more, because that's the main screen you want to follow, rather than this one on the right. Okay, so at first configure the interface to use physical port 1 multiple VLAN interface can use the same physical port because the physical interfaces are like dedicated trunk ports. Okay, awesome. Address the interface as follows. Okay, so we're gonna input that in IP addresses. Alright, so if you scroll down, you see an interface address. So we're gonna put IP address 192.168.5.254, right? Yeah, that's right. And then for the net mask 255.255.255.0, and then gateway we're gonna put 192.168.5.1. Okay, now okay, and then primary DHCP server, that's gonna be 192.168.5.1. okay, I mean, okay, yeah, the gateway and the primary, they're same because the gateway is your, okay. Now user traffic from the WAN that use this traffic interface will be on the 192.168.5.0 network. The default gateway is the address of an interface on router 1. A DHCP pool has been configured on the router. The address that we configure are here. For DHCP tells the WLC to forward all DHCP requests that it receives from host on the WAN to the DHCP server on the router. Be sure to apply to intact your changes and click OK to respond to the warning message. Click Save Configuration so that your configuration will be in effect when the WLC restarts. Okay, so hit Apply. See this message? Click OK. And then on top right here, oops, what happened? Port number. Forgot to change the port number. That should be 1, right? It says the configure the interface to use physical port number 1. See? Alright, it's good that it gives you a warning before making any changes, or it gives you a warning if something's not right. So alright, now you can apply again. Now you get this message. Click OK and then go up here. It says save configuration. Save configuration. Okay, alright, now once you're done with that, now we're gonna go ahead and do step 2, which is the configure the WLC to use a radius server. So radius server, the purpose of the radius server is to authenticate when users, right? Anytime users trying to connect, they need to authenticate, and it goes through radius. So what happens is that individual user accounts with unique username and password can be configured on the radius server before the WLC can use the services of the radius server. The WLC must be configured with the server radius. It must be configured with the server radius. So it will be the username and password will be saved on the radius server. So anytime anyone tries to log in with that username, first it's gonna go to the radius server, and the radius server is gonna verify, and then it's gonna pass to WLC. Right now, click security menu on the WLC. Now let's go over to security right here. Okay. All right. Once this opens up, we're gonna go over to click new button. So if I scroll right to the right, there's a new button right there. Click new button. Okay, and then click new button and enter the IP address of the radius server in the server IP address field. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Alright, so IP server IP address, this is where it's gonna go right there. And then we're gonna enter the server And that's gonna be our radius server, which is gonna be 172.31.1.254. Okay, and then click so now okay, so and then C, I think. Okay, so radius server. Now C says radius server will authenticate the WLC before it will allow the WLC to access the user account information that is on the server. This requires a shared secret value. Use Cisco 123, confirm the shared value, and click OK. So we're gonna use the Cisco 123 and then confirm Cisco 123. Okay, that it is not a good practice to reuse passwords. In this activity reuses passwords only to make the activity easier for you to complete and review. Okay, all right. Now we're gonna, once you're done with entering that info, slide it over to the right and then click apply. Wait for it to change. And then we're gonna go over to step 3, which is gonna create a new WAN or this is a wireless LAN, right? So create a new wireless LAN. Use the newly created VLANs for the new wireless LAN. So all right, so click WANs right here. All right, and then you want to go over where it says, it will say create new right here. You want to click go to create a new WAN. Okay, let's go. All right, there you go. Now once that opens up, enter the profile name of the new WAN. Use the profile name floor 2 employees. Okay, so the profile name floor 2 employees. Okay, and then SSID will be SSID -5. Okay, and then we're gonna stick with 5 to be consistent in the settings. All right, that's what it says to yeah, we configure it as 5 to be consistent with VLAN for the WAN. It could be any available value. Okay, all right, so when you are done, click apply. All right, now once this is done, effect, okay, and it says click apply so the settings go in effect. So click apply to accept your settings, click apply so the settings go into effect. Okay, so you gotta apply again. I guess you gotta apply twice. Okay, now now the WAN has been created. You can configure feature of network. Click enable to make the WAN functional. Click enabled. All right, it is a common mistake to accidentally skip this step. Okay, choose the VLAN interface. Now choose the VLAN interface that will be used for the new WAN. The WLC will use this interface for user traffic on the network. Click the drop down box for interface group. Select the interface that we created in step 1. So we created a what? WAN 5, right? Okay. And then once you're done with this settings, you want to apply. It doesn't say apply, but I guess this instruction should have been right here before this. Anyway, let's go ahead and click apply. So this settings go into effect. Wait for it to sometime takes a, there you go. All right, now okay, so we're gonna go ahead and then we're gonna go over to what we at now go to the advanced tab. I'm gonna go over to advanced tab. Okay, and then you want to go, once you're in advanced tab, go scroll down, click this, both of them. All right, and then apply, click apply to enable new. Okay, click apply. Okay, all right, now we're gonna move to all right, so all right, it says apply, click apply. We already did that. Now configure WAN security. Alright, now we're gonna click the WAN ID of newly created to continue configuring if necessary. Click the security tab under the layer 2 tab. Select, okay, so go to security tab, layer 2, and then select WPA plus WPA2. Okay, and then under WPA plus WPA2 parameters, enable WPA2 policy. So right here, okay, and then click 802.1x, enable that, and then this tells the WLC to use the 802.1x protocol to authenticate users externally. And click the AAA servers tab. Okay, and then what you want to do, now, and then you want to go over here, change that there, put that AAA server, open server, and authentic column to server that we configure in step 2. Okay, and then 3, you're gonna go ahead and hit apply here. Okay, apply. Alright, now we're gonna configure a DHCP scope and SNMP. Okay, I think that's almost, we're almost close. Alright, now configure DHCP scope and SNMP. Okay, WLC offers its own internal DHCP server. Cisco recommends that one DHCP server not to be used for high volume DHCP services, such as the required by larger user WANs. However, in smaller, no DHCP server can be used to provide IP addresses to LAPs that are connected to the wired management network. Alright, so click the controller. Okay, controller, click controller, and then go over to interfaces. Alright, now the questions here, it's says what interfaces are present. So we have WLAN 5, management, and virtual. Okay, and then question number 2, click the management interface, record its addressing information here, IP address. Alright, so you want to record this IP address because we're going to use that later. Alright, now Okay, so if I click this guy, so when you click this here, just wait for a second. There you go. Now opens up, and you want to record this information right here. Okay, record that information, and then just kind of save it somewhere. We're going to use that later on this. Okay, so now we want the WLC to use its own DHCP server to provide addressing to the devices on the wireless management network, such as lightweight APs. For this reason, enter the IP address of the WLC management interface as the primary DHCP server address. Okay, and then click apply and click OK to acknowledge any warning message that appear. Okay, and then in the left hand menu, expand the internal DHCP server section. Click DHCP scope. Now if you go over to internal DHCP server right here, or actually click that expand tab, and then go over to DHCP scope. Alright, now now you wanna now to create a DHCP scope, click new, slide it to the right, click new, name the scope wired management. Okay, so we're gonna name this wired management. Okay, and then click apply. Oh, okay, I guess you wanna no space, just leave it like that, type it and then apply. Okay, now click apply to create new. Click the new scope in the configure IP addressing for this scope. Enter the following pool. Okay, so you want to go to this wired management, click wired management. Now you want to type that information. IP pool start address 192.168.200.240, and then pool end address 168.200.249. Now status enable, it's already enabled. Okay, enabled. Now click apply. Oh, sorry. So we also, it says provide the values for the network, net mask, and default routers from the information you gathered in step 1C, right? So the information that we gathered from step 1C. So it's gonna be my network 192.168.100.0, and then gonna be 255.255.255.0, and then my default routers are 2.168.200.1. status enabled. All right, now and then click apply to activate configuration. Click save configuration in the upper right corner. So slide it to the right, click apply, and then click save configuration. Okay. All right, now okay, now we're to step 2, which is going to be configure SNP. All right, click management menu. Management. Okay, where is my management? Right there, management. And then click trap receivers. Under, so click this, it will expand trap receivers. Alright, and slide it to the right and then click new. And then community name gonna be WLN underscore SNP SNMP. Oops. NP. And then the address, IP address 172.31.1.254, and then hit apply. Okay, now connect host to the network. Alright, now we're gonna connect the host. Alright, minimize this. Alright, configure a host to connect to the enterprise network. In the Packet Tracer PC wireless client app, you must configure a WAN profile in order to attach to a WPA enterprise WAN. Click wireless host and open the PC wireless app. So wireless host. Let me move this guy right here. If you can see that, a bit more right there. And then PC wireless. Click PC wireless. And then click the profiles tab. And then click new. Okay, and then you want to name this. Name the profile WLC net. Okay, WLC net. And then click OK. Okay. Alright, waiting for that SSID to pop here. Alright guys, so I've been waiting here for that Wi-Fi to show up, but it hasn't show up. It's been almost over 30 minutes I waited and didn't show up. So I don't know why. Maybe the connection is not good with the Cisco Packet Tracer. I've been noticing a very slow response when I was doing the web browse. I don't know. So anyway, you would see the Wi-Fi that you created would show up on here with the name that we created. Would be like SSID 5, and then you would just click that and then connect, click connect, and so once you connect, you just pretty much follow the steps right here, right? um, okay, let's do this. I didn't notice this here. Verify that the SSID for the wireless line is present, then click next. So if you see it, you just click next. Wireless host should see SSID 5. If it does not, okay, I don't see it, move the mouse over where? Over to, move the mouse over to LAP. Okay, LAP. And then to verify that it is communicating with the WLC, the pop-up box should indicate that LAP1 is aware of SSID. If it is not, click the WLC configuration. Let's see here. Device LAP. Cap web not connected. Okay, let's go over to WLC. Okay, there's nothing here. Yeah, it doesn't show that on here. So I don't see it here. I don't see that. SSID. Click the WLC. Okay. Configuration. I don't see the configuration here. So what? How do you want me to do this? Let me go here. Let's go over to the configuration. Let's see what happened here. It's enabled. Okay, check the WLC configuration. Let's check this. Controller wireless. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do advanced setup. We're gonna do this manually. If it doesn't see, and then click, we're gonna do SSID-5, SSID-5, click next, and then opt in automatically and click next, and then security gonna be enterprise, WPA, not enterprise, enterprise. Okay, and then click next. Enter the username one and password, click OK. So user user 1, and then password gonna be user 1 PASS. Alright, and then click next. Okay. And then you're gonna save. Okay. Okay, and verify the profile setting and click save. Select the one, and okay, what? Okay, if I click, let's do, let's go over to program. Actually, let me close this guy. Go over to IP config. Okay, so it received the IP address. Now close the PC app. Okay. Command prompt. And then you can just ping 192.172.154. 172.1.1. Yeah, because it says 96. If I go here, connect. Connect. Adapters in there. Yeah, it's not connecting. Alright, let me see. We're at 96. What happened? Check result. Oh, authenticate type is incorrect. Oh, did we miss something? Authenticate type. Let me go back. Try to fix this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this. Delete this. Okay, now let's redo this. You're gonna click new. No, actually, go back here. Yeah, click new and then WLC net advanced SSID -5. Next. Okay. Okay, that's gonna be W2 Enterprise. Okay, this is I think what went wrong. And press OK. Now login gonna be user 1, and then password gonna be password user 1 PASS. Alright, now leave that as it is. Click next. Okay, and then once you see this, click save. 100%. Okay, 100%. Your profile has been successfully configured. Now connect to network. Okay, alright, so and I've already showed you this, right? IP configuration to see if it obtained the IP address. Okay, I wanted to do this here. Run this again. See, 172.131.1.254. Anyway, yeah, this because we're not connected to that SSID -5 that we created on the WLC because it doesn't show up for me. But we completed the lab and it says 100%. So everything is good to go, and thank you again for watching this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat in the comment section. And apologize, it didn't even work for me. I couldn't even get the SSID to pop up here for some reason. I don't know. Could be just a connection problem. So anyway, thank you again for watching, and keep learning. Bye now.